Welcome back to the Geelong Cricket Show as we turn our attention to the Highton Heat this week. Playing in Geelong Cricket Association Division 2, first 11. They currently sit in 4th position on their ladder, and their captain is our special guest today in Lucas Cameron. Lucas, sitting on 45 points in 4th position, 7 wins and one draw. Are you pleased with the team's performance so far this season?
Been a bit hit and miss, although we seem to play two good sessions out of 3, and just that one seems to let us down. As you know, first game after Christmas especially, a bit disappointing against Guild, being 2 for 95, chasing 180 odd, and we lost 8 for 30 or something like that. So a few times the bats let us down, but we seem to be coming into some reasonable form at the right time of the year, which is good. Well,
you've won 3 on the trot at the moment, and we'll come to the final home and away game in round 13 shortly. The coaching setup, the leadership structure at the Highton Heat, you've got a bowling coach, a batting coach, and yourself as captain. Might like to let our viewers know who they are and how effectively they're working together as a team.
Yeah, it's something we've done the last couple of years. We've managed to recruit Michael Cox to come over this year from Alexander Thompson, and he's the bowling coach. Chris Greckricks is our training coordinator, and then the specialist batting coaching's done with Shannon Young on a Friday night or a Wednesday night. So seems to be working well. Good opportunity for the young guys to have a fair bit of personal time one-on-one with those guys. So it's hopefully bears the fruits later on.
One of the features of your side, Lucas, at least since Christmas, you've been getting some really good starts out of your openers, and one of those guys is Ben Dodds. Just tell us, how much do you talk about really getting that good start and focusing on that, because it certainly has been something that you seem to pride yourself on, and it is really coming up at the business end and the right end of the season too, with those guys really hitting some good form.
Yeah, the way Doddsy attacks the game, if he does bat for, called it 8 to 12 overs, he manages to tick the scoreboard over with ease, and it's just he's been settled in now with Adam Grant for a season and a bit now, opening up the top, and they're really close, good friends, so they enjoy spending time out there in the middle. But of course you want to make sure he gets more than 25 or 30, which he seems to make a habit of one day. That'd be nice.
And it was good to see Adam as well on the weekend, obviously get a century and really gather some form. He did have a good start to the season, got a couple of 30s, but he's had a lean run since then. So for him to hit some form up the top of the order at the right end of the season too, I think there might be a few clubs out there just been a little bit wary of that top order that you do have, because there's certainly some players in there that are capable of making some big scores.
Yeah, you're right. He just seemed to lose his confidence there a little bit, and I guess with a lot of one-day cricket he maybe put a little bit extra impetus on himself to attack the bowling, but he batted beautifully on the weekend and certainly deserved his 100.
And at McDonald Reserve, the home of the South Barwon Football Club during the football season, but the Highton Heat, the Highton Cricket Club during the cricket season, and you seem to enjoy those conditions beautifully.
Well, we haven't played there at all this year, although they've re-turfed that. So,
they've re-turfed it?
Yeah.
Rollo's gaffed again.
It'll be ready to go for football round 1.
Where have you been playing most of your cricket this year?
Between Geelong College Prep School and out at Geelong Grammar.
So a bit like Geelong City?
Yeah, exactly.
How have you found the conditions out there at the grammar school? They're beautiful batting conditions.
Yeah, exactly right. Beautiful batting conditions. Hard work for the bowlers, but you see some of the totals that the sides have made on the small, fast grounds, and probably explains our poor percentage a little bit.
Has it been a little bit of a distraction for the boys, Lucas, having to travel between grounds and obviously adapt to different conditions? And as much as you do want to get on McDonald Reserve, you just haven't had that opportunity.
Yeah, it's been a little bit tough. Probably more so training. We're chopping around. We've had about 7 different training venues, but we're pretty settled now with our Tuesday and Thursday nights. But the game days don't really matter. Really, it's nice to have a home base to call home, I suppose. But obviously, travelling out there, it brings both sides onto an even keel. But we've managed to play pretty well.
And looking at the overall competition in Division 2, Thompson seem to be setting the pace, unbeaten at the top of the ladder after 12 rounds on 69 points. The Tommy Tigers certainly seem to have their eyes set on A, a Division 2 premiership, and B, the strong possibility of promotion into Division 1 in the Geelong Cricket Association.
Yeah, they've raised their game again even from last year, but they've been the pace setters in the comp for the last two or three seasons now, so their recruiting's done really well, adding Lang to that side, and also Bentley he's a quality batsman, so they've improved on from last year.
Well, I mentioned promotion there, Lucas. Is there any truth in the rumour that we're hearing going around that your boys were offered the chance to play Division 1 this season, but Manifold Heights obviously ended up going up, but some truth because of the strong junior structure that you do have out at Highton that you were offered that opportunity?
2 seasons ago, I think it was, Tim. Just we had a big core group of guys aged between 15 and 19 that we thought if we could expose them a little bit more to turf cricket and natural progression and improvement, then maybe we'd be better off just staying in Division 2 for the time being and letting them guys to develop their game. And maybe, who knows, around the corner we might sneak back up there.
And I mentioned that junior structure too. Certainly a lot of good, promising juniors coming through the club. Just tell us about a few of those, and I think my uncle Paul Mitchell will probably kill me too if I don't give him a mention for coaching that under-15 side as well.
Yeah, he's got the super team there. They've been together since about under-9s, I think. But no, we've really exciting few young kids in the seconds, especially there. We've got 3 young kids that lead that attack that are all 16 and 17. So in the next few years to come, Tommy Middleton, Jack Caldo, Andrew Jarvis, they're all good young players, and I'm sure that you'll hear plenty more about them.
And one thing about the Cameron family, you've certainly had cricket in the bloodlines. You've got brothers playing down at Wellington now. I mean, you all used to be once upon a time down together there at Marshall. Cricket's certainly been a family game for you guys.
Yeah, I guess being a little bit younger than the other guys, it was good to have the opportunity back at Marshall there for a couple of seasons to play with Darren and Glenn, but they've since moved on and so have I, but yeah, it was good times then. And
of course you face a very important game against Torquay in this final home and away round, equally as Thompson face an important game against Alexander Thompson. 4 of the top 6 sides playing each other. The results could go any way, and really it's going to be pretty hard to pick the order in which those top 6 sides are going to finish, with the exception of maybe Thompson.
Yeah, well, hopefully we can get the job done against a pretty disappointing Torquay of late, and you know, that'll seal us 4th spot and almost guarantee a double chance the way that results have been going of late. So definitely a lot to play for.
They seem to be the sort of side, Torquay. Obviously they haven't been in great form, Lucas, but I imagine you travel down to Spring Creek Reserve, obviously not taking them lightly, because if Andrew Burke and a few of those boys that are in the Torquay side, they've been decimated and haven't had their best side on the park, so you take them lightly at your own peril. Yeah, for sure. They, you know, they've got such a good young side. Tommy Aldridge and Hilly, they're really exciting, and with Big Borky there back in the side this week, I'm sure that'll be a good game. And Tim, I know that you would like to say a few words about the Cameron family, but this time the Cameron family at Wellington, because I understand you enjoyed a wonderful afternoon tea there last week. Well, the boys were still raving about it on Sunday, Rollo. It was actually that good, and I thought I just had to give it a mention. It was just the deeper spread. It was just amazing. I think what we were saying, Graham, was you know it's a good spread when the pies are left till last, and that was what happened. The party pies were the last thing on the table, and that's how good that spread was at Wellington last week. So well done to the girls, and I can't wait to walk off at tea again and get the chance to just chew into a few of the barbecue pizzas that they did have going for us. We'll go to a break in the Geelong Cricket Show and we'll be back to look at GCA after this.